to the instructional part of the video. You can get tabs and backing tracks if you go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com. For information about the sound tools I'm using today, go ahead and click on the description box below in your YouTube player. One more thing, thank you so much to everybody who supports me in all the various ways that you do. There is now one more way which you can support me. I am on Patreon/EricHaugenGuitar. And now to the lesson. We're going to start with this, there's plenty of lessons on YouTube for how to play this song. Just kind of a play along, but you know me, I always have to do my own thing. It's going to be, F, C, G, and that little lick that, I'm not sure if it's Eric Clapton or Duane Allman playing it. So, 10, sorry, not 10. We're thinking of actually that F, that's a caged F, that's the G-shaped F, and then what is it, a C, and then the G. It's kind of what I think he's aiming for. 13, 13, 10. It's interesting, he's going to bend the 12 up, get this 10 up on the high E, and that makes sense. There's our 12 and 12. And then welcome to Eric doing the thing where he tries to imagine if Jimi Hendrix played the song. So we're going to come in on a G, bell bottom blues. 4 and 3, hammer on this 5 here. If you can get that to kind of ring across like that, hey, bonus points to you. Here's our C chord. And so I'm doing, that's such a classic, if this is a C, that's Wind Cries. Hey, trust me, they're Hendrixy. 7, 8, to that 9. This is an E7 chord. Here's E, here's an E inversion, put that 7th in. But the melody note, there's a little bonus C note right here, so that's a 10. And then here we go. It's kind of like Georgia. So that's 11, 12. Get that 9 on the G there. Now we're going to go to an A minor chord. There we go. A minor right here. And then this is a fill. Again, I don't know if it's Duane or Eric. That's, right out of that as it's, I think, moving down through a C over G at that point in the song. Hold on, I got to play the thing. Yeah, it's almost like a Skinner lick. 5, 7, 5. 8, pre-bend it. 7, 5. That's me. That's me taking the melody and kind of doing a double stop because it's an F right there is the chord. So I'm like, well, let me get the F right there, and the melody is... So I go ahead and I grab the two of them together, which makes a weird bend. Yes, it makes that. But I think that's nice. Move it forward to a G, because this is a G right here. This is a caged G structure. So yeah. And then I just did the cool lick but down low. Just make it a little bit different. So there's our F. 6th fret, 5, down to 2. Go all the way back to 7 of that D. And the 7 of the G. And then land on that 5 and 4, thus creating the G chord. Come around again. And yeah, Clapton does a vocal thing there, so I cop that. So you do that, and then this is kind of tricky. You have that hammer-on done, and you're actually as you're going to slide up to this 12 and 13, which is, C. You're going to somehow release this ring finger. and not hear it, because I guess you could go, but you'll hear that, and you don't want that. It's like at some point in the movement you go, so you don't notice that you did that. And it's back to the, and then this is this a fill that they do, or is this my take on it? I don't know. Another kind of C fill there. There's a C, there's a C. That is 8 and 8. Hammer onto that 10 there. Again, that's Hendrix, where you keep this guy flat and very carefully hammer on the ring finger. You don't go. That won't be the right effect. Yeah. There's that maneuver again. I'm on 7 and 8 there. Again, cleverly, not going. And then we got the same F to G thing there. Key change. So the song was in C, then they were just like, I think I know why. In the key of C, A minor is the relative minor, and I mean, it must have been from hanging out with the Beatles. Clapton had the idea of like, I saw George Harrison do this in While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I'll switch from, the major to the, well actually, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, it's minor to a major. Never mind, but I blame the Beatles. A minor is the relative minor. Can you see me? A minor is the relative minor usually, so maybe it was a neat idea that he was like, A major though. So yeah, the song goes to A major. So we got A, and then the kind of, still an A, it's kind of moving down, but I didn't decide to cop that part on the guitar. There's an A structure here, 6, 5, 5, slide it around. But when you come back, it's not a slide, then it's the Hendrix move, so it's slide, Hendrix, and then, because there's all, like, they're both doing fills there, so I was like, well, I better put a bunch of gibberish in there. Tasteful gibberish, though. That's, pentatonic major off of A. 4, 2, so 4, down, 2, 4, 2. Yeah, so it's a big A run. And then the chords do that, so I'm like, uh-oh, keep going. So it is interesting. On the D, I'm not really doing a D fill, I'm still doing an A fill. The D is right here, but I'm still doing I'm still just doing that. And then though I tag an E. There's E. So 5, 4, down, 2, 4, 6. E chord, 4, 5. And then around again. Different melody there, because Clapton sings something different there. So on that point, and then so then I'm up higher. Then that is a D fill really, because that's 10. Here's a D here, pentatonic major. That 9's going up, 10 staying there. And that's an A right there. So it's interesting, Clapton singing an A melody across a D. That is 9th fret, bend it, pull it down, and back to 7. And then the awesome part. Let's look at that. A, 4 and 3, 5 and 6 and 5, 5, 9, 9, 9, kind of just pile them up. 999, which is like an A major 7, which that's what the chord is. 11, 12, 10, A7. I gotta stop. I'm gonna run out of batteries. All right, so we had that, and then same kind of D thing there, because that's where the song's at that point. That 10 kind of Skinnered, bended up, but he comes off that down. There's our melody note there, that D, that 7th fret of the G string. 7th fret, 6th fret, and then more Hendrix moves because the chord is an E at that point. There's an E. So yeah, his melody fits the chords really well. Yeah. And that maneuver again, 6 to 4. He's cleanly on the 5. Comes around again. Almost the same, but then up higher to a higher A7 chord. That is 12, 14, 12. And then the same thing again. And then back to the... There you go. Okay, so to review some of the technical considerations, obviously, anytime you have those Hendrix double stops where one finger is stationary and then the the hammer is underneath, that's going to require some focused, making sure that your angles and your clearances are good. So those are things to watch out for. There's some nice, honestly, some Skinnered sounding kind of country-ish bends that I accidentally put in here. Oops. And let's see what else. Really, when I do an arrangement like this, the work's done for me. Yes, it was a fun challenge to arrange it, but I mean, it's a beautiful song. It's got that super hip key change from C major to A major, all that motion, all these beautiful chords. So for me, it's just a fun game to fit it all in and make it, not overly complicated, I don't think. I try always to make my arrangements like medium, honestly, because that's all I can play. But I never try to make things super finger bustery or crazy. I'm like, I just want to be able to play the song myself. I just want to be able to just sit down with my guitar and like have a kind of cool, soulful, Hendrixy, vibey arrangement. Think that's what I accomplished? You tell me. Thanks for watching.